Hey Libra, this is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your end of February reading. This will carry over into March till about the first week or so into March. We're at February 20th right now. So yeah, this will be for about 15 or so days. This is, interestingly enough, okay, so as we know, the full moon in Virgo was last night, and this is the first reading that I'm doing, since the full moon. This is the morning of my first video of the day, because I've been really busy, y'all, but point of the matter is, I believe the last I read for Libra was the end of January, yeah, which carried over into a little bit of February. And I think it's a really interesting time to see how things have changed because of the cosmic influences, especially this powerful movement we just had. Where do I want to start? I'm just thinking about which deck I'm going to start with first. But if you are Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, stay tuned, and I hope there are some messages that you can pull from this. Now, remember that since this is general reading and there are, just a myriad of energies being read for, not everything will resonate with you. Some things will, and for some of you, this isn't your video altogether, and, you could always go check any of your other signs to get the information that you need, or, the same sign but from a different reader, because I do feel as though the energies that we do read for, like each light worker, on YouTube has like a divinely united group that, they tend to read for. So yeah, stay tuned, check it out, see if this is for you. It's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and get right into this. I didn't do any premeditation for this as far as, pre-shuffling and getting any pre-reading messages or anything like that. Letting just the energy flow naturally, like from the jump as it comes. I'm going to tell y'all to please leave your comments also. I really, really enjoy the comments that I get from my subscribers and just others who watch the videos as well and feel resonance and have something to say, because we're all going through experiences, right? And it's nice to know that people feel as though they can leave comments with me, because as I'm going through things too, and as I'm learning with y'all, or for certain signs that I'm reading for, like I'm a Libra rising, some of these messages are for me too. It definitely humbles me that there's no disconnect, that there's not this whole, okay, well, this is, my reader, they gave a great message, thanks for that. Like, I'm, just as much of a person going through things, learning with you too, and it's nice to see that resonance. Because I know even in my experiences, I have looked at readers as, how do I put it? I think y'all know where I'm going with this, but I've seen readers as kind of like, almost kind of like how I would see superheroes or wrestlers when I was a kid. That they live forever, that they couldn't die, that there was this, also at the same time, this intangibility factor with them. But, they're just as human. They want it, they want to connect with us. In my experience, I realized that they, want to connect with me as well as many people. So I would, leave my feedback and channel into live videos and communicate there. And there was just so much love and reciprocation, and me realizing that they're coming from the same place that, that I am, just with this tool to help guide. So I'm just as human, y'all. Feel free to comment, share, subscribe, like, of course. But I'm emphasizing really that personal connection of comments because it's really beautiful, I think. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Cross watchers, yeah, you're welcome. Of course, you're welcome to this video. But where I have been doing my videos a little differently, maybe the last 5, where I've been giving some insight, Pandora's box, if you will, into what's going on with the other, like their courses of action, their thoughts, their feelings, so on and so forth. I'm feeling the energy to just get straight into Libra and what's going on with y'all. So we've got cheerfulness on the board. Please give me more messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter for the end of February carrying into March. Messages for my Libras in love. My Libras in love. So far we've got cheerfulness. Cheerfulness on the board as a crowning energy. We have what's in your midst being presented right now. And you know how I do my spreads. My spreads just come how they come naturally. So as it stands now, the energy that you're within is the energy of the gift card. Near future, we've got money. In the past, we've got despair. Yeah. And we're going to get one more. Size. Okay. Two clarifiers. Yeah, I was just about to say. So, like, many of you are feeling alone. And I'm going to start with that just because I'm clarifying the size card. It's like looking back, all right? Bottom of the deck, we have consolation. I'm just going to place the bottom of the deck energy here. So what I'm sensing is right now, you're understanding, or you're coming to understand from now until, the first week or so of March, is just how blessed you are. I'm seeing that your manifestations have been laid out on the table before you, okay? Like you've actualized and you've seen a lot of things here that have materialized. And for some of you, it may not feel as you thought it would. And I'm getting because, for some of you, like you felt like you needed or would have had someone by this point to enjoy this with, to celebrate this with. This crowning energy, I read this as energy, I'm reading this as energy that's in your head, and I'm also reading it as, spiritual influence, which lets me know, I guess that's just kind of divinely where you are in the journey. Like you are on your path, it seems to line up that way, something that you need to get through. Like I know you've had to detach and cut off a lot of energies that weren't conducive to your growth, and you've done that. And many of you have been knowing that new love is to come in, or yeah, it's new love, but for others of you, you're still trying to figure out what else it is if you are truly not concerned with a relationship right now, but there's a feeling that something is missing, okay? In the past, with the despair card, I see that there was a lot of temperamental energy. This was somebody who was emotionally unstable. This was somebody who was just totally imbalanced. Their life was in a state of chaos. And the thoughts were of detriment to themselves. Truly becoming a victim of their experience is what I'm getting. And with the size card, it's not as dramatic as I may have made it sound. So that's where you're coming from in the recent past. But as you are taking these new avenues and coming into these blessings, like I see, businesses that are taken up off the ground, like startups. I'm just in new businesses. Many of you, yeah, following your passions, creating new ventures, connecting with people, networking, socializing, partying, being festive, being merry. This, you've been celebrating. You really have. But in the midst of celebration, there's a sense that there's still loneliness there. I look at the single rose on the ground and the sides card. Now, the sides card is significant. Also, sort of like the sorrows card, a situation that will come to an end. You know, it's safe to say that many of my cards that reflect a similar level of sadness are that way. But it just depends on the cards around it that tell, like, how quickly it's going to be. And I'm sensing that, you will get over this feeling, or be able to suppress this feeling of needing to share that with someone right now. Because I think what is coming for you is still indicative of you being strong here. Now, in the near future, you're going to have like a lot of successes when it comes to coin and finances and stability, being able to pay for the things that you need and want, being able to have a pretty luxurious home life. Many of you may have just gotten insurance, finally able to get insurance, like on every avenue, like you're on your big boy and big girl shit. But there's this nagging feeling of being alone. We've got doctor and lover. So, and with this lover card, what I'm coming to realize as it ties into other cards around it, this lover card can very much be an idealism that you have for someone is what I'm getting. For like what love should be, or what type of love should have come in already, what you should have, like, this, if you're a woman, this, a hetero woman, this strapping gentleman, or a bisexual or gay man, this strapping gentleman, or if you're a heterosexual, male, or a queer female, this gorgeous, just alluring and captivating woman, What I'm getting here with the Doctor card and the Lover card paired to clarify the size is what really needs to be let go are these ideals, because they're making you sick, and you may be missing opportunities for the new love that you feel like you should have to share this part of your journey with, okay? Just fixing something on the wall here. Crowned by consolation. Yeah, you're turning to the universe saying, show me something, show me something, show me something. And part of me feels like what you're being shown is exactly this, and it may not be what you want to see, okay? Because we see the energy here of this woman in the size card looking away from what this message is with the Doctor and the Lover card, and just looking towards that consolation. Console yourself is what I'm getting. Console yourself, because there just may be an opportunity you miss out on, and it's gonna kind of suck, because I feel you are becoming more and more aware of the opportunities that you have already missed out on. And what is really popping into my head is that, hold on, y'all, because there's something that I did forget to do. Apologies. If my phone would cooperate. There we go. Put it on Do Not Disturb. But is it Gangstar who sings what? It's The Moment of Truth, okay? The hip-hop song, A Moment of Truth. A Moment of Truth. A Moment of Truth. Y'all need to listen to that song, okay? There's a part where where he's talking about how lonely it is at the top. And that's the crowning energy that I'm getting here. Like, truthfully, like, even through the festivities, because I'm not seeing third party energy here. This is nothing like that. This is literally like rejoicing in the essence of what this, card is in general. But you're realizing that there's still some loneliness you feel, even though you're surrounded by, people who are on your level, people that you're elevated with, people that you're being successful with. These are friends that, y'all are all getting into y'all's own thing, and y'all are able to do things together because of that. Like, y'all are able to go out. A few of y'all are planning trips. Y'all are investing, just came to me with cheerfulness and money. Like, all of these things that y'all have wanted to do, you're doing. But one thing that I do understand heavily about Libras, within myself and outside of myself, of course, as a Libra rising, Libras have this hook on love, man. It's truly, in many ways, like, that's one of the things that makes it like the other side of Venus. As some of you may know, I'm a Taurus by sun. And I understand, the different sides of like, okay, well, this part of Venus over here with Libra is, can be very much like this. And Taurus over here can be very much like this. And that has been, one of my struggles too, is this sucker for love type energy having to be balanced by a stable, practical, grounded Taurian sun energy that, in a sense, has, like the different parts of yourself work together for you to function. Like that part of my energy, the Taurian energy, has always had to pick me up from situations that I've just like rushed into or attracted with this Libra rising. That's very similar to like, just longing for love, or in a sense doing certain things to get it in a detrimental way, like compromising myself. So that's the big message, is you're gonna have to, from now until, that part of March, understand that it is very lonely at the top. Okay? And I feel like that's where y'all are. And you have people around you, but it's still very lonely. But right now, you're also still managing, like, the people that you have coming in. If that makes any sense. Like, you're still developing that filter to make sure that whoever comes in doesn't create this type of energy for you that you're very susceptible to. Because not only are you going to, love that person dearly and self-sacrifice heavily, but, all that is going to in turn bounce back on you energetically, and have you placing things upon yourself, that have been put on your plate that are not yours. You're feeling exhausted. You're feeling depressed. You're feeling angry. You're feeling anxious. You're missing out on opportunities. That's not what's up, right? And there's a strong sense of you not wanting to go back to that. But within being very real with yourself, Libra, you see that, there's still some healing to be done. It's awesome that you're being real with yourself. Because this type of lover energy that I'm seeing here is indicative of the type of love that would come in and swoop you off your feet, seduce you, this and this and that Machiavellian lover type. But there would be a lot of imbalance. Okay? So we've got the Two of Fire here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take a peek at the bottom of the deck with Zapana Shapana. Place those two energies there. So there is a need for you to heal through balancing your relationships, okay? Because you will find companionship, I strongly feel, at a certain point in your ascendance. But right now, again, you're going through that lonely at the top type energy, With the Two of Fire here, it's showing, yeah, again, more so that there needs to be even-keeled scale type dealings when it comes to others. And that's something you've got to build within yourself. So what you're healing is what you're attracting. You're making sure that there's equal give and take. This is what you're going to have to do. Like everything, essentially, I'm feeling that you did with career and finance with the Five of Fire. So everything you did to work to get to where you are, all the adversities that you fought through, Aries energy, because of how you felt and like just where it pushed you and you taking action and defeating your demons and defeating adversaries, you kind of have to apply that same energy into the love life you want to attract, okay? With that same tenacious, unwavering energy. Like there was no compromising, I think, to get to where you are right now. And that is a message that I'm getting for love. Is that there can't be any more compromising until it's time to compromise, okay? Don't compromise until y'all have come together and it's like legit and equally time to compromise. Because you're gonna need something equitable, okay? You really are. What other messages do I have for my Libras in love for the end of February into March 2019? Yas. They were poppers. Just kind of got like stuck on the deck, so I pulled them out. Got the Couple and the Two of Earth. When we were talking about missing those opportunities, this is real, Libra. Because, as I've said, like through the healing process that you go through, that's really gonna shape you bringing in the cherry on top and someone to share and celebrate with, someone that you can be vulnerable with, exposed with. But yeah, oh my God, this Four of Water and this Two of Earth energy, Libra. Hold on, let me put this deck down. Y'all are feeling really shabby about, I think, being able to measure up. Although this is what you manifested, you may feel real shabby about measuring up. Like, negative ways of thinking, being very cynical. There's almost this like cyclical feeling of entrapment, like self-entrapment. Like you want to come out of hiding here, but it's a very slow process. I think you may be looking for a tangible / practical way to do it. And if, you know what the cards are also telling me, it's almost like, well, if this love just came in, I wouldn't feel this way. And it's got to work backwards. It can't work in that order. Okay? No one's just going to come and snatch you out of this cave here. Nobody's just going to come and snatch you out of your bondage. So where many of you have just been looking for a Captain Saver, you ain't no. Therefore, you don't need a Captain Saver. Thank you. You ain't no hoe, so you don't need no Captain Saver hoe type energy. You know, this is what I'm feeling. You know, you don't need that. You have everything it takes to pull yourself above water. Okay? And once you do, you'll have a beautiful love that waits for you. Because I feel like you're going to come across somebody who'll see what you're going through. They'll be a little patient, like they see your value, but you're going to have to pull yourself up above water first. I'm telling you right now. And this is a little jokey joke, because, you know, I say this to my friends, especially my Libra friends. Y'all ain't shit. Because Because what I'm seeing for some of you is that y'all are still communicating with this person. Y'all ain't shit, Libra. I'm just kidding. But look at this, okay? The same things and my friends will say it to me too. Sometimes I ain't being about shit either. But y'all know what I mean. But I'm trying to figure out how to say this in fairness, but in total honesty. Some of y'all are still communicating with exes, recent exes, past energies, and this is what's keeping you stagnated and stuck here. And it's almost like, because you know that they would be jealous or dislike you moving on into your own cultivations, be it romantic or work or whatever. That's enough to like have that like old type of comfort that you would have, to be like, oh, they still care. But you're over here kind of fucking up blessings. I know it'd be easier if they didn't care. Or the potential to fuck up blessings, sorry. I know it'd be easier if they didn't care, but because they do, like, you need to remove all the energy. And some of you still talk to these people. Some of you still see these people. Some of you still do things to try to make sure that they see, which, you know, in turn just still shows care. Like, oh, I just want to see how they respond to this. I want to see if they're going to be jealous. I want to see if they're going to be, but they're not. Okay. So I see within this Undines and Mermaids card, oh, is that tea? Okay, so while you're, you've been manifesting your new beginnings here and you're moving forward, there's a moment of pause. There's a moment of stopping, where when this mermaid here hits the seafloor and she's stopping, bare-breasted, just kind of like looking back. And what I sense that she's looking at is it's the energy of, so I'm moving forward, I'm transforming, I'm taking care of myself, my emotional stability is getting more grounded, I've made ways since you know, because hold on, you know, mermaid energy is very majestic, so it shows you coming into such a powerful emotional transformation. But you notice how, as the waves still flow, she has herself kind of stopped with her arms holding on each side to these shells as she, just glances in that direction that I do see is being back, And it's kind of like, well, I'm still kind of trying to see what's up here and there. Or, there's still part of you that's just trying to see what could be. Like, okay, so now that I'm doing this, is this going to make this person want to change? Or, no, ew, I'm sorry. I'm feeling repulsed energy, not from you, Libra, but from this person. They don't deserve that. They really don't. But the tea that I'm getting here is, I'm going to tell you more so why they don't deserve that is because, let's go ahead and show you what I got here. We got the Outcast, Eleba, and the Three of Water. So this person is operating in this outcast energy, okay? One thing to note about the outcast, opposed to like the enslaved prisoner, is that the outcast is totally comforted, which is, very, very strange, but totally comforted by the depression that is within them. What they're trying to turn into beauty is something, I don't want to say it's not beautiful. Like, everything that we go through, positive and negative, it's beautiful because of, how we grow from it and just what we make of the experience. But this whole embracing the woe is me type energy, this person who, I feel like this is a person who is kind of like, already was broken, right? Needed to be fixed themselves. And you took on that job, and this person just kind of like, well, I already told you who I was from the beginning. And, like this is a sad case who uses it to manipulate and gaslight and just things like that. And I feel like they're already about to take it on to the next level here. Take it on to the next level, like take this shit onto someone else, okay? Like, flirting and dancing on the edge of a cliff with a rose in your mouth, being all alone, feeling like shit but not willing to do anything about it, just accepting it and saying like, oh, well, gonna make this beautiful song about it, and then you got a rooster pecking at his feet like, hey bro, come back, step away from the cliff. No, I must, because I am a beautiful, outsider, outcast. This is somebody who is just like okay with where they're at, and they're gonna continue to bring people down with them. So whereas the Elaba card can usually represent work, and the Three of Water can also represent working together, is directly telling me that this person that, like if you needed any motivation to go ahead and just drop the last bit of the energies that you have tying to this person, it would be in the fact that they're already moving their bullshit on. Let me just see if I can get all three. They're already moving their bullshit on to bring it to someone else, okay? Like, so they're already, because this is symbolic of other suitors. And I do sense that there's a main. This person might try to go through all of them. I'm getting, yeah, it's weird. I'm getting that all of them kind of feel. Like they're just going to make their rounds. And it's just going to be a streak of breaking hearts, okay? So, this person isn't necessarily going to change Libra. They're not really changing at all. And they're inviting more people into the mix. And I see these faces in the picture of Eleba here. Whereas you may be like, because Eleba is also, an incarnation of Eshu. It's just a different incarnation of the same deity. But there's still trickster energy here, okay? And you may think that as you're still in contact with this person, you may still have them on social media and things like that, still tying energy into them, which, like I said before, but probably didn't finish up with, needs to be removed. All the contact, whether it's social media, whether it's in person, whatnot. If some of you live with this person, oh shit, I guess. But yeah, you're going to see what you think looks like happiness and building. And that's what these people may see too. If you notice, the faces don't have eyes. They have shells. Okay? Which, you can see the direct symbolism is like the eyelid and the lower eye, but there's no eye within any of these faces. So I feel as though, there's an illusion with what I just stated with you, but also for them, because they're all drawn and captivated by this person, very fixed on this outcast energy. And they may be under the impression that there are things, like literally this is, these are cycles continuing. So these people are gonna maybe feel much akin to how you felt when you first met this person. The energy you see when you first meet someone, or what you experience, they'll probably see the same things in that individual. And it's however they handle it is up to them, to get that lesson. But yeah, they've already moved on. They're already ready to extend their games elsewhere. There's, and sometimes that just does make it easier for people to know that there's nothing left to come back to. But you've already made so much way, so I don't want you to feel like they even did it before you, or if it's even anything to consider like that. But realize you did it. Please don't measure. So I'm getting the sense that some of you, you know, after hearing this, may be measuring. Well, that's not fair, are they? But, and then that's why I'm also telling you, these people ain't happy. So I had 4 goddess guidance cards pop out, so I'm going to go ahead and read them. Okay? Undying love, Isolde at the bottom of the deck. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So this is about keeping yourself pure and your heart pure, and being able to fully move on, take the situation for what it was, take the experiences and the love for what it was, move on. So one of the 4, Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. You know exactly what needs to be done here as far as healing and transforming. You're already at the top. What you want is, you know, this level of completion. You want someone to start building with. You want some foundation. Some of you that I may be reading for, you know, maybe a little older. You may be at an age where you feel like you should have had that already. But realize where you are as you get there. And what you should, and that means right now is you need to be looking at what you've accomplished. Take it step by step. Have patience with yourself. All right? Pneumatona, sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. Maev, cycles and rhythm. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And Caventina, purification. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this Caventina card, and we're going to make our way around. So Caventina, again, purification. Time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. The Doctor card, and Zapana Shapana, telling you what it's time for, okay? There is, again, a moment where you will be standing alone. But your cup is overflowing. Your cup is overflowing with water. Your cup is overflowing with life. And it's not even raining. You know, it's kind of like, it's almost as if this cup is actually a fountain, you know? You never see the water cycle back through a fountain, but you just continuously see the waters from the top pour out, right? And this cup is overflowing. And look at all the colors of the rainbow, the colors of the chakra that are flowing through you. Okay? Purify yourself and rid of all these negative thoughts, concepts, and ideals here. Realize how far you've come and how far you've fought. Like, I feel like Libras is just maybe having a real hard time getting, you know, unhung on the past. Very unhung on the past. You gotta let that go. Now, going to an altar if you have one, or just a power place, even if it's a body of water, a place where you can light candles and just meditate, really anything of the sorts you need to do, because there's guidance that you need. Although that we see in the Athena card with inner wisdom, you know what to do, there is clarity that you need. Just like with the constellation card, show me something, show me something, show me something. If you want to be shown something, connect. And, you know, even this video here is a way, you know, for those of you who watch it, you know, or just watch any of these videos from these light workers, you know, that's you already coming to a power place. Because, for one, this is altar energy. I have my separate altar, but this is my altar of reading, okay? And this is a power place to connect with the divine, because I'm pulling these messages from the spirit. So this you know, for many of you, you're already stepping into your purification level and getting messages from sacred spaces. But, you know, for others, it will still also have to come outside of these readings. And for those of you who know people who you could pass this on to, who are also Libras, whether you're a cross watcher or not, pass this on. Like, let them know that they need to get on that ball. I didn't think this was going to be a 40-minute reading at all, but we're flowing. When we talk about honoring the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions, cycles and rhythms, you know, so we take these cards as messages very literally in delivery, but then, you know, we dig deeper because there's generally always more to the card, like with any form of tarot, whether it's tarot, the Orisha, or goddess guidance, like a guidance card. With my cycles and rhythms, you are literally right now in the energy of ending a cycle. Ending a cycle that is carried with this person, ending a cycle that has translated, you know, to things before this person, to however many other people, like wherever it first began, childhood, your first relationship. Your parents, because it's about your heart as a whole. It's about your esteem as a whole. It's about all of these things. So it does go outside of love sometimes too. You know, just all of your experiences as you came to be who you are. But you know, some of you already are, and some of you will come into harmonizing and balancing your bodily and energetic flows by becoming aware of the cycles that you have been going through and understanding the rhythm. You can therefore change the rhythm to something more suiting for you. You know, you hear something you don't like, it's going to take that musician who understands music, who reads music, who, you know, understands the chords, so on and so forth, to change whatever they're unhappy with about a tune, about a song, to something that fits them, right? Something that makes them tick. So that's basically what I'm getting here. And, you know, I didn't even think about this when I used the musician as an example. It's as if she's dancing, you know, like you are literally, you've gone within yourself. And there's this poetic song that's taking place. And this is a song that you are creating. This is a new rhythm that you are creating. This is a new beat that you are creating, that you know, the composition comes from, like with where we started, the knowledge that you've gained, the insight that you've gained, the healing that you've gained from going into yourself and establishing the roots of cycles. One more card. We're gonna end on this. I just, ooh, bitch, at the bottom, excuse my French, at the bottom of the deck, because I'm like, all right, so, you know, what comes, I just feel like there's a little bit more energy to follow up with. So I pulled the Six of Fire and a message from air. And honestly, I was wondering, I was like, is this card gonna pop out in the reading? But it didn't. But it came out now, like when it, you know, when it needed to. So the Six of Fire this is all about victory, okay? This is about victory. You literally Now, where we would go from Aries to Sagittarius energy, but you literally go from the 5 of fire to the 6 of fire. So remember I told you, there were all of these things that you were handling and taking care of, that you were battling your adversaries, battling the things that you had to deal with internally, like insecurities and what have you, and mental beatdowns, like things that you've allowed yourself to take. Wow, I'm feeling that very strongly. I feel like, man or woman, some of you may just literally like have taken your hand sometimes and like beat your head with it because you're so frustrated at the situation and yourself, but you've persevered through so fucking much. Okay, so if this came out towards the beginning of the reading, and here we are at the end, and this reading, though time is non-fluid, or time is not non-linear, very fluid, I am reading for energies into about the first week of March. So towards that time, you're really, really coming back to a rejoicing stage. You come back to the town. Everybody knows about the dragon you defeated. They're carrying him in the back as you illuminate with the torches, walking through, and everybody knows of this victory. Everybody sees this victory. Because when I'm looking at cycles and rhythms, I'm like, okay, well, she's doing that internally, but when does it come out? When does that Libra, flowy love, that energy come out? When does she step back out into the world? And it's just right after. It is literally right after. Again, as we talked about earlier in the reading, the things that you do will immediately yield results. Once you take care of this, this will be waiting for you. Like, things will immediately be yielded. Okay? So, yeah, as you return, it's very interesting to note that everybody in the town is just going to know about it. And it's not like you're going to brag or boast about your accomplishments. It's that, like we saw here, you have your network around you. And they're watching you grow, and they see your progress, and they see you ascend. It's something that they can see when they look at you, when they see you talk. How you're opening up to being more compassionate, whereas you may not have been, as you were going through what you were going through. This is excellent here. And then the message from Air at the bottom of the deck, reinventing the wheel. Same thing. Transforming yourself. Okay? Creating new life. And here we go with the music. Because I always know that about this card, which is, I think that's beautiful. We talk about cycles and rhythms and dancing and music. Look at this. What she's doing is she's, sprinkling the magic down on the wand with that star that, it fuses to create this energetic lineage here that creates sound, that creates rhythm, that creates movement, that creates flow, that creates what we are as human beings. And she's on that cloud, full trust. It isn't like a message from Air where she's like, 1 foot off, wondering if she can step off. No, she fully trusts this cloud that she's on. And she's creating life form. All this comes down to the earth, to the ground, and it creates form. A message from Air. You are transforming, Libra. This is actually your energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But heavy for you right now, because literally you are creating, what did I say? New cycles and rhythms for yourself. New patterns, new beats, a new way to exist. And you will attract your love from there. You may feel as whole enough to understand that the love truly may not necessarily come from another person that you need, but it's getting more into a completion of loving yourself, okay? But I do still see this opportunity here, and I do suggest that you don't miss out on it. Yeah. So you'll have a decision to make soon with, if in all, soundness, you just decide you want to be alone, which is a much better spot to be at than missing an opportunity because of being stuck on the past. Or you can say, hey, you know what? I'm ready for this. I wanted someone to share with. Here we are. And you'll make the right decision. And I think you'll make the love decision. And that's what's up.